Hello, welcome to the scout party on Yavin 4 on the hunt for Jedi. So, this is the table we have. A few buildings, so obviously an old wrecked village and lots of greenery. We have deployed the sentinel behind a tree and this veteran squad beside it. And over here we have the first squad hiding in this destroyed building. We have the platoon command squad keeping an eye out the backfield, and then we have this unit hiding in this ruin. This is the the made up radar dish for this mission. 2 hit points, armor 10 all around. So these guys are going to have to get into base contact with it, and they're going to have to roll a 6 to power it up, and then roll another 6 to send a message to warn the rest of the rebels that the stormtroopers are here. So, since the stormtroopers are attacking, they will be going first. Let's see how turn 1 goes. Okay, turn 1 movement. The armed sentinel has swung round to get a view on its objective. Going down, it shouldn't get any cover saves. The veterans only managed to roll a 2 on their push through cover, so they've just shuffled up a little bit tentative, worrying about where the enemy are. They know where this squad is and they can see the platoon command squad, but they're not sure what other forces are around because they cannot see the other squad at all. So that's the movement done. On to shooting phase. Okay, shooting phase kind of went well. The autocannon on the armoured sentinel shot through and managed to get 1 hull point. The plasma gun in the squad managed to, well, melt himself to pieces. The rest of the guys shot and managed to take out 2 guys. So, with all the racket blaring out, the rebels now know they're there, so now they have to respond quickly. So, let's begin rebels turn 1. Okay, turn 1 movement for the rebels. This squad managed to roll a 3 on their move through cover, and they are just jumping out to try and get any kind of cover save for their satellite. Maybe engage the sentinel if they can, just to waste its turns. The autocannon has spun round and can see it, but it will get a cover save, but it can also see them. These guys managed to roll a 4 on their run phase, so they're just shifting down and trying to get to the satellite at all costs. So now, since they have an officer, turn 1 orders for the rebels. Okay, turn 1 orders. The officer issued move, move, move on that squad. They managed to pass and get a 6. So they have surrounded the satellite and got as many models as they could to get in base contact with the satellite, so they can start rolling on their next movement phase to get them 6s. They are also in front of it to guarantee a cover save, to try and protect it, and sacrifice their lives if they have to. They've got left the heavy bolter there, so it's got an open field of view, and they've got plenty of guardsmen here just in case enemy come through there, because there is no doors on that building, so they'd have to storm through the windows and get shot down. Okay, on to shooting phase. Okay, turn 1 shooting phase for the rebels. These guys, They chose not to charge that, but to shoot at the veterans instead, to warn their friends that they are coming from over there as well. They managed to get off 5 shots because the rest couldn't see, and they took out a stormtrooper. First man shot down, but not the first veteran dead. The autocannon made its shots, managed to get a glancing hit, but it was saved by the cover save. These guys, the heavy bolter, isn't actually strong enough for the front armour of an armoured sentinel, so they have elected to just stand around and just give cover to the satellite. So now, on to the Imperial Order, turn 2. Okay, turn 2, movement phase. The armoured sentinel has shifted forward, really close to this squad. Probably just going to continue firing because this squad managed to roll a 4 and has pushed up to there, so they can lay off plenty of fire in front of the armoured sentinel, just there. They can't really be seen by that squad in there at all, so the heavy bolter will be useless again, but they can also see that, but they're not actually in that much range for the platoon command. So, on to shooting phase. Okay, turn 2, shooting phase. These guys fired everything they can. 3 las guns were in rapid fire range. The melter gun was out of range. They fired everything they could at this squad, and they took down 3 of them. The armoured sentinel fired through, managed to hit twice, got 1 penetrating hit, but you get the sense that this squad knows exactly what to do because the cover save was made. They jumped in front, redirected the fire, and managed to save the satellite. That's what they're there for. Sacrifice their lives if they have to, just protect it and get that moving. So, on to movement phase, turn 2 for the rebels. Okay, movement phase for the rebels. This squad has shuffled up towards the armoured sentinel. They plan to charge it and just waste turns, sacrificing their lives so that the armoured sentinel cannot fire. This squad has shuffled round so they can take pot shots off at the veteran squad, hopefully try and bring down some of their men. Only 3 of them can fire, but with snap firing from the heavy bolter they might be lucky enough to bring down a couple. Before they charge, the autocannon will be firing again. Obviously it will get cover saves, but hopefully they'll be able to do some kind of damage because these guys are just sacrificing their lives. They cannot bring it down at all. They've got nothing in their arsenal. So, on to orders. Okay, orders went off. The platoon command ordered their own unit for bring it down to get tank hunter. They fired through 1 hit from the autocannon. They managed to get a glancing hit, but that pesky cover save managed to save its own hide, so that's still full health on the armed sentinel. Right, on to shooting phase. Right, shooting phase over. Obviously, platoon command squad, they can't fire because they used their orders to fire and managed to do nothing. This squad, 2 guardsmen fired their las guns through, missed everything. The heavy bolter fired its 3 snapshots and managed to bring down a veteran. So 1 more veteran taken down from that squad. They're going to need to take them around because they've lost 25% casualties. I'll do that and do the assault charge on this, which they can't really miss. So, on to assault phase. Alright, morale on them, with a roll of a 2 and 1, they managed to survive and carry on fighting. The hand-to-hand combat on this, the armoured sentinel managed to get one hit through, strength 5, obviously with its only one attack, but the man managed to make it his save like a boss. So their job is being successful. They are bogging down the armoured sentinel and stopping it from firing with a drawn combat. So on to Imperial Order, turn 3. Right, the Imperial Order has made their movement phase with the armoured sentinel bogged down. This unit has made a run move, or a move through cover, and has managed to move 6 inches, getting out of line of sight, trying to shift their way around. They know how close they are to bringing down the satellite, so they're trying to come at it from a different angle. Hopefully the armoured sentinel will take focus of them, even though this squad has seen them shifting round. So are they planning a sneaky attack through the windows or to go around? We shall see. On to shooting phase. Okay, shooting phase. They chose to run instead of shoot, and they have legged it over here 5 inches, so they are getting right around. I don't think they can actually see it yet. They're just out of range, out of view. So that is the end of their turn. It's now just down to, can this armoured sentinel free itself up in armed combat? We shall see. It's all gone wrong for the rebels. One man went down in hand-to-hand combat. The unit broke and tried to run away, but the armoured sentinel must have spun its top end using the autocannon as a battering ram, knocking all of them flying as they tried to get away. So the armoured sentinel is now free again to carry on firing, and the veterans are trying to sneak around. So on to movement phase for the rebels. Okay, the rebels, with their knowledge that they are being surrounded and can be cut off from the main force any time, have got as many models as they can in base contact, trying to power it up. So I'll do this on camera. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 men in base contact. So we need a 6 to power it up. 1 6. It's powered up. So next time they'll need more models in there to try and get a 6 to send the signal off. So now down to orders. Can this autocannon do any damage on the armoured sentinel? We shall see. The order failed, so it will be going down to regular shooting with the autocannon and try and see if they can bring it down. I can't really see anything of the veterans over there. I see one of their legs and that's about it, but that's not really enough to shoot. So these guys are all working on this. They want to get that extra 6 in the next turn, and the veterans of the Imperial Order have to blow it up. They have no choice. They've got a shot from the autocannon straight away from the armoured sentinel, and these guys have their flamer and their melter gun, which could easily bring it down. These guys have got to be lucky to manage to warn the rest of the planet that the Order 66 have arrived. So on to shooting phase. Okay, shooting phase complete. This platoon command squad are now wishing that they had a las cannon, because with the AP4 they could have blown it up with a penetrating hit and then another 6, 2 6s on the trot. They could have blown that up. So it's down to 1 whole point left. So now the veterans of the Imperial Order are now rushing in, and the armoured sentinel can't move but still has an open field of view. So, on to movement phase for the Imperial Order. The Order 66 have shuffled up, and their flamer has enough range to be able to take out a trooper. Their men can start firing, and the melter gun is within range of the satellite. So now these guys here are going to be shot at like crazy because the Imperial Order have to demolish that satellite. The armoured sentinel can fire, and the melter gun can fire. The veterans of the Imperial Order will be trying to demolish the satellite and stop any communications. They know it's powered up, they can see it spinning, so they have to bring it down before the warning is sent out to the rest of the planet. So we shall see in the shooting phase. Right, with the Imperial Order in such a desperate situation, I thought I'd do this rolling on camera. So start off with, we know the flamer reaches that end guy, so we'll start with the flamer. 1 hit, strength 4, toughness 3, so we need a 3 to wound. That's a wound. AP, that's 1 dead straight away. Right, we'll save the melter gun shot. Get rid of that die. We have 1 las pistol, and loads of las gun shots, which make 9 shots on this infantry. They're obviously trying to bring down any cover saves. So 3s to hit, being veterans. 4s to wound. 5+ armor saves. 2 more down. So these guys are dropping in number. They still, was that? Yeah, they still get a cover save. Right, so now the melter gun hits on 3. It's a miss. So the armoured sentinel, I'm just going to try his shots. Miserable, absolutely miserable. And with that, the rebels might be able to send off their communication they need. So on to rebels, turn 4. Okay, rebel movement. This little squad has had a little shuffle around just to keep that cover save going. The heavy bolter has stayed still just so it can fire at full ballistic skill. Try and take down some of them veterans, hopefully getting to the melter gun and the flamer. The platoon command, they have stayed put so they can carry on shooting at the armoured sentinel and hopefully bring it down from that last hull point. So let's see, movement phase, if they can send a signal off. There's 5 men again. 1 6 needed. Here goes. No 6s. So the message has not been sent. The rebels are now fearing for their lives, and they are also trying to send off a signal to the rest of the planet to warn them of their impending doom. So on to orders. Okay, the order went off just, and the platoon command squad issued the order: first rank fire, second rank fire on this squad. So we have a bulk load of dice all aimed, a bulk load of shots all aimed at that veteran squad. So the heavy bolter, let's start off with that. We have 4s to hit, 1 hit, strength 5, toughness 3, 2s to wound. That's a wound. Do they get a cover save? Yes, he gets a cover save. So 3. Nope, that's not good enough. So we have the flamer down already. And then we have a crud load of las gun shots, including the las pistol, all aimed at them. So force to hit. Oh, that's a nice roll. That's a nice roll. Plenty of hits. Right, and then we've got 4s to wound. About average so far. Right, and then we have 4+ armor saves. We have lost 2 veterans, but not the melter gun. That's what they were aiming for. They have failed in doing that, so maybe they might suffer the consequences. We shall see. Okay, end of Rebels shooting phase. As you saw, a lot of veterans taken down. The platoon command squad fired, rolled a 6 to hit, rolled a 6 to penetrate, and the armoured sentinel rolled a 6 for cover save. So the armoured sentinel is still going strong. Now it's time for the veterans again. They could get in melter range. This could get dangerous. We shall see. On Imperial Order, turn 5. Order 66, movement phase. The stormtroopers have broke through. They are within melter range of the satellite. The armoured sentinel is going to fire through. Everything they've got is going to fire at the satellite. So let's start off with the armoured sentinel. Force to hit. We have a hit. Strength 7, so 3 to glance. Nothing. Okay, and then the veteran, 3s to hit. We have a hit in melter range, strength 8, so anything but a double 1. That's a penetrating hit. +2 for AP 1. It's a penetrating hit, so let's do their cover save first. They get a 5+ cover save for surrounding it. Let's see if they manage to save it. If not, game over. Yeah, okay then. These men are diving in front of this satellite, struggling to survive, but at the same time struggling to get this one satellite in cover. So the veterans, they have a choice. Do they charge to take out this squad and let the sentinel continue firing, with the possibility that they could get annihilated because the satellite isn't part of their squad? So if the squad gets charged, the armoured sentinel can fire at it. Choices. I think they're going to do that. I think they are going to charge, sacrifice their lives, so that the armoured sentinel could finish the job. Because if they don't charge, these guys will, and it'll be these guys that will jump down to get that 6. They have to charge because movement phase, all 5 of them men are going to roll the dice, and the possibility of 5 men rolling a 6, they could send the signal off. So let's do the assault charge right now. We have a gap in between there of 2 inches. So let's see, do they make it? Obvious, double 1, can't really fail. They're in, well, just. Can that back one make it in? 3-inch charge, put him there. So yes, he will be in range. which obviously it's everything within 2 inches of another model. So, on to the assault phase. Okay, in the assault phase, the veterans from the Imperial Order charged in, and they didn't lose anything to Overwatch, but they lost 2 men in the combat, and the rebels lost 1 man in the combat. They rolled up for their leadership at -1, and they rolled a 6. So the combat continues, but the rebels can no longer send their message to the rest of the planet. So, movement phase for the rebels in turn 6. Do they shoot at that to try and blow it up, or do they try and get down to see if they can send a message in their next turn? It's an iffy one, so we shall see what the rebels do in their movement phase. Right, rebel movement phase, turn 6. The rebels have decided to leave the autocannon there, but stretch the platoon command squad out so that the platoon commander can be in base contact. So they're going to try and issue an order out. They're going to try and send us the message out and shoot down the armoured sentinel all at the same time. This squad is going to be very busy this turn. Obviously the only order they could possibly issue out is bring it down on themselves for the autocannon, because this squad is locked in combat. So, without further ado, 1 man in base contact with the satellite. Does he send the signal? No, he does not. So, on to orders. Okay, the orders are successful. They do go off, so let's fire this autocannon at the armoured sentinel again. 4s to hit. We have 1 hit. 5s to glance, 6 to pen. Strength 7. Front armour 12. We have a penetrating hit. Their cover save. From there, they get a 4+ cover save. Do they save? No, the armoured sentinel is down. The rebels have done their job. They have failed to send the signal. All that is remaining of the Imperial Order is 2 veterans locked in combat. So the autocannon, even though it's been blattering away at the armoured sentinel, have brought it down. So now on to the assault phase, skipping the shooting phase because there's nothing left to shoot. Okay, a story is being wrote. As you see, they have won combat. They took down 2 troopers from the rebels, and the rebels didn't manage to lay a single hit on them. They tried to run, and these guys cut them down. So we have some heroes growing in the Imperial Order. It is up to this platoon command squad to bring them down, but it is now Imperial Order turn. Can they destroy the satellite before the signal is sent? We shall see. I shall do this on camera. We have turn 7 for the Imperial Order. We have 1 shot that could make all the difference. The melter gun. So 3s to hit, and he misses miserably. So they are left with 1 option again, and that is to charge the Imperial Order to stop them from sending that signal. So within charge range, obviously, of, I'd say working around that, that's going to be about 4 inches once they run around. So let's see, do they make a charge range of 4? Oh, just, yep, they're in. Oh dear, this is getting epic. So now these guys can't shoot them, and they are in combat. This guy, is he in range to assist his platoon commander? We shall see. Yes, he is in range. So it's 2v2 at the moment. We have Overwatch to do. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 and a las pistol. 5 Overwatch. Oh, we have 2 hits from the las guns. 4's needed. Oh, it could bring one down. 4+ armor save. That is 1 brought down. Oh, what do we do? Oh dear. It's going to have to be the melter gun. The melter gun is going to have to be taken down, because I need them attacks in. And with his 2 base attacks plus close combat plus charge bonus, I need them strikes. So it is now joint even Stevens close quarters combat. So we have 4 attacks from the veteran sergeant. Can he redeem his squad and the whole scout force against 2 attacks plus close combat weapon for the platoon commander and the 1 man? 4v4 dice. Both roll on 4+, 4+. So let's start off with the rebels first. We have 1. 4+ armor save needed. Oh, makes it like a boss. Now the veteran sergeant. 4's needed. He gets 2. 4's needed to wound. He gets 2. Armor save 5+. 2 of them brought down, and they have to go on the platoon commander. Can he? Yeah, I think they're going to have to do lookout sirs. But how does that work? Because he is way too far to be doing lookout sir. Unless he dives off here going no and just falls into the fray. I think we'll allow that for the cinematics of it. So, lookout sir. No! Okay, the platoon commander is down, and so is this man here. They have lost by 1. So, with leadership value of 7, knocked down to 6 by losing combat by 1. Let's see if they manage to stay in combat even though they are so far away. They failed. Okay, initiative step. Can this veteran sergeant, the last stormtrooper on the field, cut down the rest of them? Maybe throw frag grenades at them to knock them out. We shall see. Veteran sergeant first. 4. Same initiative step, so it's still 4-4, and then the platoon command. 2. They've been cut down. Throw frag grenades as soon as he slaughtered them. The last remaining man on the field is a veteran sergeant. He has won the day for the Imperial Order 66. The cinematics of this match couldn't be written. That is a victory for the Imperial Order. Now the rest of the planet does not know that the Imperial Order have landed on this planet. So now the Imperial Order can start sending out forces in number to start hunting down the Jedi that they have discovered on this planet or heard of on this planet. Right, I hope you enjoyed. First battle report for this channel. Take it easy. Good gaming.